This is my 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser with 323,000 miles. I just purchased this vehicle and I wanted to share my first upgrades, which are LED headlights and fog lamps and license plate bulbs, LED as well. And in this video, we're going to replace all the lighting with LEDs. I'm going to show you how to do it, what I figured out as I was doing it, because there's a couple little tricks. There's some things you don't want to do. There are some things you do want to do. And then my opinion of if you should do this or not. So let's dive right in. And if you're new to the channel, this is I normally have a Mach 1 Mustang and I cover automotive news. And this is my new Toyota Land Cruiser, new to me. It's 22 years old with 300,000 miles. And in this video, we're going to upgrade the headlights. In the next video, we're going to do the window visors. In the next video, I have an off-roading trip that I went on, and I want to explain how the Land Cruiser went off-roading and the traction control, how I got stuck, how I used traction control to get out of the stuckness. And so let's look at the LEDs real quick. On the rear, all you have to do, open the hatch. Mine were already burnt out. All you're going to do is slide that lens over to the left. You just press hard on it and you'll feel the whole casing move, and then you can pull that case out, the lens cover. That's all it is. The lens cover that holds the bulbs to illuminate the license plate. All you have to do to remove those, slide it over, and then they pull out. I'll drop the link for the LED license bulb to light up the license plate. I'll drop the Amazon link below for all these parts: headlights, fog lights, and license plate bulbs. So how difficult is it? It literally takes 1 minute, 1 to 5 minutes, I would say, to do the rear, because you do have to apply some pressure and it feels a little awkward if you're not familiar with how those are removed on the back. And then you just plug the new ones in and immediately have much better lighting, and it looks cool. A lot of cars are using LEDs anyways from the factory back there. So to upgrade your Toyota Land Cruiser with LEDs looks really cool. It gives it a lot extra lighting and gives it a modern look. It's pretty easy to do. So up in the front, the headlights is a Sealight kit and the fog lights is also a Sealight kit. The only complaint I have with these was that the gaskets were too small, and it gives you an extra gasket. If you replace the old gasket with the new gasket, it still fits a little loose. So the trick that I did, I just double gasket the headlights. The other thing was that, so yeah, put 2 gaskets on the bulbs when you push them in, and it'll fit tighter and more snug. I prefer it to be snug. They'll fit without it, but I don't like it. It's a Toyota Land Cruiser. You want everything to be as tidy and tight and factory finished as possible, in my opinion. I don't want any squeaks. I don't want to sacrifice any noise, vibration, harshness essentially for any upgrades. I want it to be top-notch quality OEM, but that's my personal preference. If you want like a rough off-roading thing that squeaks and rattles and everything and shakes and breaks, and I don't want that. So the other tip I would say is the battery on the drivers. It's going to need to be moved out of the way if you want extra room. So it's like just a 10mm wrench. You can undo those two on the battery holder, move the battery out of the way, and same thing, just plug in your little harness there and you're good to go. The resistor used to be you have to wire these in to get LEDs. Now you just pay $60. They come to your house in 2 days and you plug and play. It takes 5 minutes, right? So it's a really cheap, cost-effective, high value purchase. And I've had these in my Sequoia for over 2 years and they're still working. So these don't burn out like halogens do, in my opinion. The LEDs are actually good quality and they last a pretty good time. The Sealight kit does. So that was the only issue, was just double gasket. On the fog lights, pretty straightforward. You don't need to double gasket it. Just plug and play. And after driving these, as you can see, they look good. When you turn them on, it gives it a little flick, like you're turning on like this high voltage laser beam. It's a pretty cool feeling when you turn on the headlights. And it just adds to the quality of the vehicle. I think the appearance, from the outside, aesthetically pleasing, and it's fun. So modify your truck. It's under $100 to do all that. It's under $100 to do all that, and I think it's well worth it. So in the next videos, we're going to do the big JDM looking visors. I think those turned out really well. It's straightforward, easy to purchase. You can get those on Amazon also. I'll put that link below. Then lastly, I took the Toyota Land Cruiser with 323,000 miles off-roading, and I got it stuck, and I had to use the traction control. And in the video, I'm going to show you how to use the traction control and how to get it unstuck if you're stuck. And just to pretty much I'm super happy with the Land Cruiser. I've had a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to go get a Land Cruiser. Hey, thanks for the Land Cruiser videos. And so if you're new to the channel, follow, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you're out there, you're watching, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy. Actually, if you don't enjoy it, leave a comment anyways. Why not, right? And yep. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the channel, and I appreciate all you subscribers. I know some of you guys have been here since my first Land Cruiser was actually a 2000, which was also in River Rock green mica, which is this color. So I actually went and found locally another 2000 River Rock green mica with like an extra 100,000 miles on it. Nonetheless, I can compare those two vehicles in a video as well, but someone had a question in the previous in the comments, said, hey, can you tell the difference in a 230,000 mile Toyota Land Cruiser versus your current 320,000 mile Toyota Land Cruiser? And I do have a squeak in the suspension that's annoying on the passenger's front control arm, probably. I haven't narrowed it down, but overall, the quality is very similar. An extra 100,000 miles, I don't notice that much of a difference. The one that had 230,000 miles from the original owner was directly bought from the original owner. So this guy had had the vehicle for 20 years, taken it to the same Toyota dealership for 20 years, and he was a very particular type of a person. He was probably a doctor, lawyer, engineer, something like that, who it didn't seem like he had kids. If he did, it didn't seem like he used the truck. The truck was very, very clean. It had a dual battery setup. It was well taken care of. It had BFG KO2s on it. I mean, it was just like the most expensive replacement parts. I mean, it was just a perfect truck. It was just all around, no leaks, no rattles, anything. On this one, it has an extra 100,000 miles. It's almost as well taken care of, but over the last 12 to 24 months, the previous owner who got a hold of it the last 12, 24 months, I believe they lifted it and they put bigger tires, and I believe they went off-roading, not sure, but I don't like the way that the lift rides compared to the factory suspension. So that's my answer to that question. Is what I would do, what I'm thinking about doing is going with like an OEM Toyota shock so that the ride quality is better. And I don't think it needs to be lifted that much. I'm not going to be doing a lot of off-roading and rock crawling, but here in Tennessee, if you are going to go off-road, there's quite a bit of rock ledges and like creek banks and creek beds. So you might want to have that extra ground clearance. Overall, I would say the body has a few more dents, and the paint's probably not quite as good as condition. It seemed like my previous one just sat inside of a garage. I mean, for example, I bought it for 7, sold it for 10, and then the guy that I sold it to for 10 sold it for 15 during the pandemic. So, and then he sold it again. Yeah, he sold it for 15 to someone. So I know the current owner of that previous Land Cruiser currently. He's on my Instagram. We communicate about it. So I was trying to get him to sell it to me, but he didn't want to. So I picked up this one with 323,000 miles for $8,500, lifted with oversized tires, and I'm super happy with it. If you don't have a Land Cruiser, you should go drive one. If you don't know anything about them and you're just here from the Mustang videos or the Prius videos that I made, then it's a great vehicle to experience. It's prime time Toyota slash Lexus, late 90s, early 2000s. Just the quality is just top notch. And I'm super happy with it. And let's go make some more videos and take it off-roading, go across the country in this thing and I'm going to figure out the squeak in the suspension, and I might have to change up the suspension. Oh, another thing I didn't mention, guys, I ordered some F5 wheels and some BFG KO2 tires. Those come in on Monday. So this truck will have new wheels and tires. Comment below, do you think I should do the white letters on the outside or just have the white letters on the inside so it's just a black tire? Let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And thanks for this journey. Hit the thumbs up if you want to see more Land Cruiser videos. Leave a comment. Catch you in the next video.